going to carry out a risk assessment, and we're going to use a table to do that. And it means that we need to insert a table into this document. So let's do that. Okay, so where do we go to insert a table? Where can we insert a table? Insert the insert menu and click on table in your tables group. And we're just going to start with 3 columns and 3 rows. So rows go across horizontally and columns go down vertically. So we can just go across on that grid by 3 and come down by 3. So you click and drag and you do it. Very easy to create a table. Once we have a table, what we need to do with it is populate it with some information. So we're going to type in the first cell here. What is the risk? So we're going to say, we're going to type in there, just type in risk. And then we'll type in, what is the danger of that risk? So we can type in there, what's the hazard? And we can also click on the last one and type in risk level. Okay, so we have a table with 3 headings in it. So let's look at risk number 1. What is a potential risk in this room? Looking around the room, what do you see? But where are they? They're in the middle. They're not really a danger to you at the moment, are they? But certainly the cabling is a risk. So let's type in cabling. Cabling, and obviously it's a trip hazard. So we'll just type in trip. Trip hazard, and the risk level I would say is low. It's low on that one. Okay, so we've created a table, we've added some information in it, and we're still adding information. Lighting is another thing. See? Not just an IT course, you learn about health and safety as well. So, lighting, what is the hazard on lighting? Why we need to be aware of lighting? Yeah, it can cause eye strain. Yeah. Whoops, wrong cell. We'll just move that across. And what would you say the risk level is in this room? Medium, okay. Could be brighter, I suppose. Get some bright new LEDs in here or something. So look at that, we've run out of room. There's no more room in there. Um, so what we need to do is we need to create a new row. But before we do that, let's just highlight all the information in the table like this. Okay. And just click on your home menu tab. And in your paragraph group, we're going to center the information. Okay, because you can center information in tables. It just makes it look a bit neater. Okay. So we're going to right click in the medium cell because if you want to add a row after, you have to be in a row just before. So we're going to right click in that row. And there's an option that says insert. And you've got insert columns to the left. No. Columns to the right. No. Do we want to insert the row above it? Below. Okay, so we click on below and we have a new row in there. And what other hazards are there? We've got cabling, we've got lighting, what about seating? Are you comfortable? Is your back supported? Okay. Yeah, it's I learn something new about these chairs every day. Mine's even got a pump thing. I can pump the back of it, and it fills with air, which is quite nice. Um, so obviously the hazard here is sort of like back strain, okay, or back injury. I mean, there's a whole other bunch of potential health and safety things with seating. You know, once your risk, you know, repetitive strain injury, that's it, RSI. Um, but I think we actually have the chair. We actually have some decent chairs in here, so we just put low on that as well. Um, okay, so let's create a new row. So right click, insert rows below. And can you think of any other potential risks in this room? Drinks. Ah, okay. Yep, that is true. What would you call that? Drinks? Let's just call it uh liquids. Let's call that liquids. Liquids, liquids. And obviously you can cause damage to the computer. So computer damage. And I would say it's pretty low because, you know, we I haven't seen anything sort of that will get me worried so far. Um, okay, so what have we done so far? We've inserted a table, we've created rows and columns, we've inserted rows, we've occupied it with data, we've centered the data in the table. Okay, we still need to do more than that. We still need to modify and edit this table structure. Um, yeah, and we will come to that. We will come to borders and shading in a bit. Um, what would I need to do to add a column to the right? Can I right click anywhere in the third column? Does it matter where I right click? I'll tell you what, because this is a whole column, it doesn't matter where you click in that column. But with a row, it doesn't matter in a row either where you click in that row. Okay, because rows go across and columns go down. So we're going to right click anywhere in that last column and insert rows, sorry, columns to the right. There we go. And the table automatically adjusts. Okay? Okay, so we added review date. I'm going to put 12th of November in there, 12 NOV. And there's a nice little thing you can do to fill this out. Okay, if you have loads of cells in a table and you want to quickly fill it with some information, all you need to do is highlight the information like this. I'm just going to highlight 12th of November, right click it, copy, and then I'm going to select the blank cells like this, and then just paste. Uh-oh, no, you can do it all in one go, and it's actually it's actually saves you a lot of time because if that was 100 rows altogether, you can quickly do it very quickly. Okay, just to remind you all, lessons are being recorded. The main bits are being recorded for YouTube, so you can go and catch up with all the stuff. Okay, so we're gonna take out the hazard column. We don't need that anymore. Let's click anywhere into it. And for this one, we can actually use the ribbon So if you go up here to Table Tools, you see that your table has its own toolbox. Click on to Layout up here. We're just going to go over to Delete and delete columns. Yeah? So you can get in there and delete any row and any column, okay, by clicking on which one you want to delete. And it's also worth mentioning that even though we've been right-clicking to insert rows and columns, you can use your ribbon up here as well. You can use the Table Tools menu. It's just maybe a bit quicker to right-click when you're doing it, because as always, there tends to be two different ways, at least two ways of carrying out the same tool in Word. You can right-click, you can use the shortcut menu, or you can use the ribbon to some extent. Okay, the other thing we need to look at is adjusting table widths. If you look at this table here, you'll see that they all have a measurement. The width of each column is a set size, isn't it? You can actually look on your ruler that it's roughly 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's roughly 5 centimeters across. 5 centimeters. Okay, we need to be able to adjust the width of the columns. So let's just say, for example, we want to increase the width of the first column to 6 centimeters. What we need to do is just go on to, just click on your first column like this, and go onto your cell size group, okay? And I'm still in my toolbox here, and I'm just going to increase that to 6 centimeters. Is that okay? And you can see the width has increased. If you need to do the opposite, if you need to sort of adjust the row heights, you can actually click on the one that's in a vertical shape, and you can adjust the height of your rows as well. Okay, all this is possible because we are in our Table Tools menu. Remember, we looked at contextual menus in the last lesson. Every object has its own little toolbox. Okay, so what we have done here with tables, and you will do an exercise on this, is that we started with inserting a table. We inserted a table, 3 columns and 3 rows. We filled it with information. Okay, we filled it with information. We've inserted new rows to it. We've centered the data in the middle. We've deleted a column. And finally, we have adjusted the column width of the first column. Okay, and that is creating and modifying table structures. Okay, we've modified the table and we've adjusted it. Okay, so with this knowledge in mind, you can basically go and create any table and create any sort of information you want. There are other sort of neat features with tables, like for example, you can merge cells together, you can split cells down the middle, which is all here to experiment with. You can have a look at your toolbox, and you know, you're sort of advised to just do some experimenting really with tables. Click some buttons and see what happens.